At first glance, a call center or tech office might seem like the safest workplace imaginable. Climate-controlled buildings, desks and monitors, the hum of conversation and the tap of keyboards. But safety in these spaces isn't about falling objects or heavy machinery. It's about what goes unnoticed: strain, stress, isolation. In these environments, hazards are often invisible, cumulative, and deeply personal. In 2022, a customer service rep in a call center outside Manila collapsed at her desk. It was her third consecutive double shift during a busy seasonal campaign. Her team had been working under immense pressure, with little break time and constant performance monitoring. The investigation revealed that she had a pre-existing condition, but also that the company had no policy limiting consecutive hours or enforcing rest periods. Observation in this case wasn't about spotting a hazard on the floor. It was about noticing a human being wearing down. In tech offices and call centers alike, the most dangerous risks don't come from equipment. They come from routine. Let's take a closer look at what to watch for in these workplaces where silence can signal more than safety. In a Dublin call center, a 26-year-old employee was diagnosed with a repetitive strain injury in both wrists after a year of high-output typing without ergonomic adjustments. Her chair was broken for months, and she'd been using a stack of books to elevate her monitor. The problem had been flagged during onboarding, but no follow-up occurred. It wasn't until she requested time off due to pain that anyone noticed the extent of her discomfort. Repetitive motion, poor posture, and improper workstation setups remain among the most frequent causes of injury in office settings. According to WorkSafe BC, musculoskeletal injuries account for nearly 1/3 of all workplace injury claims in office environments. The root causes: inadequate equipment, lack of movement breaks, and undertrained supervisors. But it's not just the body that takes the hit. In a Bangalore tech hub, a software developer began experiencing severe anxiety after months of high-pressure deadlines and minimal team interaction. He was working from home but expected to be on video 10 hours a day. Managers didn't notice the warning signs: missed meetings, flat effect, fewer jokes, until he abruptly resigned. Only then did his team learn he had checked into a mental health clinic. Psychological safety is a real and growing concern in office cultures driven by metrics, speed, and virtual communication. Safety observations must go beyond physical surroundings. They must include mental and emotional signals. In 2021, a Toronto-based call center introduced a live leaderboard for call times and sales conversions. It created an atmosphere of constant comparison. One rep admitted to skipping bathroom breaks and working through illness to maintain their stats. Another secretly used a bucket under their desk. It took a colleague's anonymous tip for leadership to step in and reevaluate the policy. When observation becomes surveillance, workers hide their needs. When it becomes connection, they speak up. In a San Francisco office, a programmer was found passed out at his desk due to an undiagnosed blood sugar condition. Co-workers later recalled signs: frequent snacking, shaking hands, long periods without eating. No one had put it all together. A culture of heads-down focus had replaced one of mutual awareness. This is the challenge in modern office environments. The hazards don't scream. They whisper. Lighting can trigger migraines. Noise levels can spike stress hormones. Poor ventilation can lead to fatigue. Blue light exposure affects sleep. Over-reliance on screens causes digital eye strain. Without proactive observation, these small discomforts evolve into chronic issues. In Berlin, an open-concept tech office redesigned their space for aesthetics: all glass, bright lights, and minimalist furniture. Within 2 months, HR saw a surge in complaints: headaches, blurred vision, and trouble concentrating. An occupational health audit found that reflection from polished floors was amplifying eye strain. The solution wasn't complex, just overlooked. Even commuting can be part of the picture. In Seoul, a tech support team began offering shuttle service after a team member was injured walking home late after night shifts. The shift manager had noticed fatigue-related complaints increasing and traced it back to commute length. Observation isn't always about what's inside the walls. Sometimes it starts at the door. Let's talk about isolation. In hybrid and remote teams, people vanish without anyone realizing it. A graphic designer in Melbourne missed a week of virtual meetings. No one followed up. She'd been quietly dealing with burnout and depression. Without hallway chats or shared lunch breaks, her absence went unnoticed. Safety in digital workplaces depends on digital observation, noticing missed logins, delayed responses, or sudden silence. So what should we be watching for? Chairs without back support, monitors placed too low or too high, employees rubbing their necks or massaging wrists, workers who never take breaks, desks with too many energy drinks, Slack messages at 3 a.m., calls where no one turns on their camera anymore, laughter that's disappeared. These are the signs. And there are positive ones too. Managers asking, how's your body feeling today? Teams that schedule stretch breaks, companies that offer mental health days, coworkers who remind each other to hydrate or step outside, HR teams who rotate observation roles to catch blind spots. In Singapore, a call center introduced a daily 2-minute wellness check. Workers used a tablet to click how they were feeling physically and emotionally. No names attached. Patterns were reviewed weekly. The result? A 25% drop in short-term sick leave over 6 months. In Austin, a tech startup piloted a unique program called Ergo Ambassadors. Peer volunteers who were given basic ergonomic training to help coworkers spot and fix workstation risks. These weren't auditors or supervisors. They were everyday team members who understood the pressures of the job and could offer friendly, judgment-free support. Whether it was suggesting a better chair height, flagging a monitor glare issue, or reminding someone to stretch after long coding sessions, their presence helped create a more open culture around comfort and injury prevention. Participation in the program was completely voluntary, and workers could request help without going through formal channels. The result was a measurable shift in behavior. Conversations about posture and workstation setup became normal. People started checking in on one another more frequently. Within 6 months, injury claims related to musculoskeletal issues dropped by over 50%, and employee satisfaction surveys showed increased confidence in the workplace safety culture. In Montreal, a hybrid firm introduced a digital tap on the shoulder system, a gentle, automated nudge sent to managers whenever an employee showed signs of extended inactivity or lack of communication during work hours. It wasn't about surveillance or micromanagement. It was designed to catch moments of potential distress, a sign someone might be overwhelmed, disengaged, or silently struggling. These prompts led to private, empathetic check-ins. Hey, how are you doing? Anything you need support with? Over time, the firm noticed improved employee morale, earlier interventions for burnout, and a stronger sense of being seen. The goal wasn't punishment, it was human connection, and it worked. Observation in tech and office environments is subtle, but it's also powerful. The next time you walk past rows of desks, or scroll through a virtual meeting, pause. Look deeper. Who's slouching? Who's showing up late? Who's staying too long? Who looks tired but says nothing? Because safety isn't just for factories or construction sites. It's for every space where people spend their time, especially the ones where pain is easier to hide. Thank you for watching, and welcome to the Safety Smart HQ community. If you've seen safety done right, or dangerously wrong, in an office or call center environment, share your story in the comments. You never know who might benefit. And don't forget to subscribe so you catch our next episode, where we'll shine a light on safety observations within municipal works crews, where public service meets real-world risk. Stay sharp out there.